Good morning, Sunday morning. I'm Willie. Willie Lubmo. Yes. Anyway, I wanted to show you something here. I drew this up a little bit ago. Pretty interesting. I'm trying to hold this at the same time. Look over here and read it without shaking it. But anyway, I am full of spirit of truth, love, and hope. I am one with our Father, and yes, I am the Son of God. This day I rise, even now I am grateful. Oh, this day, yes. Oh, my children, I am with you. Only this way can it be. Oh, my children, be grateful and full of joy because of who you are. Be ashamed of nothing, and be full in your hearts with love and pure light. Call upon your Father any time. You will find him with you before you are done asking. My children, know yourself, love yourself, and be loved. Accept love, rest in his gentle hands. Great Spirit, like a dove, descend upon my whole family, that they all awake, renewed, with hope, with joy, and with confidence. Blessed is our home of healing, and the gardens around. May God be with all who visit as they step upon the ground. Pond and property is all of ours. All I ask is when you depart, you shared with us something and left with a full heart. Alright guys, I went over this, actually I was working on this last night. I had listened to this guy, Neville Goddard. I'm going to put him up here, if you can see that. Neville Goddard. I don't know if the light's working. Neville, Goddard, Goddard. Okay, this guy, he's like, he's from the 1800s. He lived into the 1900s, but he's on YouTube everywhere, or wherever he's at. Wonderful, wonderful. And man, does he, I used to, for some odd reason, think, right? Well, there you are. I used to think that, the people back, in those times, that what they had to say was irrelevant or something for some reason. That was kind of nutty of myself, but I did it. And turns out there's a lot of great information, all through time, right? Okay, anyway, so what he was saying was, he put it into, how do I, my little pointer? I found it. Okay, so we got the sun here, right? We got us with our rational mind. Here's what he was talking about. He was talking about the conscious mind, which we know, right, is up in our head, and he's saying, okay, our subconscious is down at our heart. Well, anything that comes into our rational mind or our conscious that we're aware of, we've got the ability to discern that. We can either verify that data, information, or whatever, what someone told us, or we can just take it as truth, anything that's told, which we've all pretty much, are guilty of, right? The TV, the lies, the music, the manipulation, the info first. We're prone to any agenda coming in to our conscious. So it doesn't matter what it is coming at us. We've got the ability to use our discernment on it. It's up to us, that's where our free will comes in. And then anything that we decide, whether we sum it up and make sense of it, or we just go with it, that goes to the subconscious. Now the subconscious does not judge anything. We were supposed to do that up here. Subconscious doesn't judge anything, right or wrong, good or bad, whatever. It takes it as you put it there. This is us. This is all about us. So anything that comes through our conscience, it's up to us to park it back down here. We can park it as something that makes sense, or it doesn't, or whatever. It just takes our word for it. It isn't actually our word, or it just takes whatever we decide or assume or been tricked into or manipulated or whatever, however, whatever, and whatever it is, goes down here in our subconscious, right? Okay, so we've got the ability to use our five senses, our perception, our assumption, our imagination, visualization. You know, we've got some tools to use, and then we have, you know, of course, let's not forget our intuitive ability and our kind of make sense inner small voice that's always there. You know what I'm talking about, I believe. Well, all this data, like if you're working on the computer or whatever, you know, those of you know that you can store all your media, your files, all that stuff. You can store them on, I think they call it the cloud now. I'm not using it, and I may. I'm not right or wrong in it, but let's just say that the cloud is your subconscious. Now, your subconscious can control the outcomes, thus his reality. Okay, so here's what I'm getting at. Anything okay, our subconscious, in this sense, we're talking about the subconscious, your heart, whatever. That's our creator. That's the God in us, right? If we put it in those terms, and he was putting it in those terms precisely. Yeah, Neville Goddard. Wow, it just if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into the Word or you know anything biblical, all that. Oh, I suggest you check him out. What a refreshing perception he has. It's wonderful. Anyway, so he's talking God, the subconscious, and yes, we are the creators of our reality. So anything we park down there in the subconscious just creates from there. In our reality manifests from our subconscious. So now, right, you're getting it. So all this we put in there, whether good, bad, right, or wrong, whether it makes sense or whatever, if we fail, okay, now that goes with all the rantings and the junk we put in our mind all day. A man is what he thinks about all day. So it really does matter what we're thinking, what we're sending out, what's going on, what we're spinning in our conscious mind does matter, like big, because, right, it all goes down here. And that's where we create from. So God gives us this perfect free will and the perfect ability to create it as we will, and we do. And so in this whole concept, or I would even go as far as say truth. This Neville guy's wonderful. This we create from our subconscious. We are driving our reality. Yes, it is a stage, and you're the lead character. You're also the producer, the writer, the fill-ins. You're even the props. You know, all that goes through you first. Then it manifests. Wow, I was like, holy cow, I like this. You know, a new, different outlook. Another refreshing outlook. I'll go with that. All right, I'm going to get set here, and we'll do our... which I do for our song for the day. I'm going to sit down. Be back in one jiffy. All right, before I get to the music, I'd done this one a while back. Well, I don't know if you know or not. I do a lot of art stuff. But anyway, we got a bunch of doors and windows, right? And the whole, thing about it is there's a lot of places we can go to get to the truth, and for our on our journey there's many different doors and paths and places we can go, and we all kind of all end up at the same point eventually. That would be our goal, right? But anyway, all right.